Rather, after you really intake time in your process, we'll talk. And I respect whatever decision two of you make. I swore I will. But please give me a next 20 minutes. You all DM me opportunity have another person in life who love her as much as Scotty would have loved her. I don't give them an opening argue and hand the letter back to me. I immediately turned and walked to my house and disappeared inside it. I don't even look out the window to see if we've gone inside. We're still near reading the letter. I'm so nervous and shaking. I look my parents. We find them in the backyard. My father's items from me are spread across the grass and using the water hose to clean them. My mother sitting in the patio loves reading a book. I take a seat next to her. She looks up from her book and smiles. When she sees the look on my face, she closed the paperback. I drop my head in my hand and I start to cry. I can't help it. I feel like the wife or everyone I love her hanging out this moment and is fucking over the warming. Later, my mother says, "Oh, honey." She wraps arms around me or hugs me. Chapter 40. Kenna. I woke up in the migraine to know how much I cried last night. I expected Ledger to text me or call me, but he never did. Not that I want him to. A clean break is better than messy one. I hate to know my choice from my dad 10 years ago have somehow created a casualty all this years later. How long will the aftershock will that night continue? Will I feel the ramification forever? Sometimes I wonder all born with equal mass of good and evil. What if no one person is more or less smart than another when they all just list about a different time, in different way? Maybe some of us is for most of bad behavior as toddler, but some of us are absolutely horrid during a teenager year. And then maybe there are those who expand very miles into the other, and even then, it just sips out slowly. A little bit every day and they die. But then let me and the people like me. Those who really spread all at once in one hurricane night. When you get all your river night once, an impact is much bigger than when it sips out slowly. With distraction, living becomes much bigger than conference met and takes much larger space and people's memory. I don't want to believe there are good people and bad people and knowing people in fear. I don't want to believe I'm worse than anyone else. If this bucket full of evil somewhere in the need continue to refill every time it runs empty. I don't want to believe I'm capable of keeping heavier I've disappeared the pack. But even after all this year, people are still suffering because of me. Despite the devastation I left my way, I'm not a bad person. I am not a bad person. It took 5 years of weekly therapy session helping me realize this. I only recently learned how to say it out loud. I am not a bad person. I'm not listening to the leisure made all morning. It really is just a bunch of songs that have nothing to do with anything said. I don't know how he managed to find this many songs. It had to take him forever. I slept merry and had fun over my ear, and I put the playlist on shuffle and started to clean my apartment. I want my security deposit back when I figure out when I'm moving to, so I don't need a reason for love not to refund to me. I leave the apartment and 10 times clean and found it. I cleaned for about 10 minutes when I start to hear a beat in a song that doesn't belong. It takes me way too long to realize the beat and actually not in the song. It's not. I slept on my cell phone here even louder this time. Someone is definitely locking my front door. My heart was beat up because I don't want to be leisure, but I needed to be leisure. One more kiss wouldn't break me. Maybe. I tiptoe toward the door and look for the people. It's leisure. I press my forehead to the door and try to make the right decision. He's having a weak moment, but I shouldn't do that. His weak moment would be my downfall if I catered to them. We'll just go back and forth and go so completely broken. I open my text to him on my phone and type out, "I'm not opening the door." I watch him read it with the people. This expression is unwavering. He looks right into the people and points out to the doorknob. Fuck. Why did he have to point? I unlocked the bolt and opened the door just 2 inches. Don't kiss me, dare touch me, or say anything sweet. Ledger smiled. I'll do my best. I opened the door cautiously, but he doesn't even try to come inside once I have the door open. He stands up straight and said, "Do you have a minute?" I nod. "Yeah, come in." "Come on in." He shakes his head, "Not for me." His attention moves away from me. He points inside the apartment, but then steps away from the door. Grace walks into my line of sight. I immediately slapped my hand over my mouth. Because I wasn't expecting her, I haven't face-to-face her since before Scotty died, and had no idea it did knock the breath out of me. I don't know what it means. I refuse to let myself think mean anything at all, but it's too much hopping inside to make it buried in her present. I back into my apartment, but tears are spilling my eyes. There's so much you want to say to her. So many apologies. So many promises. Grace stepped inside my apartment and Ledger stays outside but closed the door to give us privacy. I grab a paper towel and wipe up my eyes. It's pointless. I don't think I've cried like this since I gave birth to the and watched them take her away from me. I'm not here to upset you, Grace says. Her voice is gentle. So is her expression. I shake my head. It's not. I'm sorry. I need a minute before I can talk. Grace motions toward the sofa. Can you sit? I nod and both take a seat on the couch. Grace watches me for a moment, probably judging my tears, wondering if they're real or forced. She reaches into her pocket and pulls something out. At first, I think your handkerchief, but upon consequence of inspection, I realize it's a small black threaded bag. Grace hands me the bag, and I have no idea why. I pull the string to loosen it up into the bag, and I dump the contents into my palm. I guess. What? How? I'm holding a ring I fell in love with those years ago. I got it to me the antique store. The first of the $1 gold ring, the pink stone that it couldn't fall. I've never told anyone this story, so I'm extremely confused as to how Grace in possession of this ring. How do you even have this? Scotty called me that you two sold the ring. He said it wasn't ready to propose to you, but he already knew when he's going to propose when the time came. He couldn't afford it. He goes afraid someone else was going to buy it before he got the chain. We let him borrow the money. He gave me the ring and made me promise to keep it in safe place until he could pay us back. My hands are shaking as I put the ring on my finger. I can't believe Scotty did that. Grace released the curriculum there. I'll be honest, can I didn't want the ring after he died, and I didn't want to have it because I was so mad at you. When you found out Deanne was a girl, I decided to hold on to it, just in case I wanted to pass it on to someday. But after giving it some thought, that's really not distant to me. I wanted to have it. Scotty bought it for you. There's too much coursing to me with process that takes me a moment to cover. I shake my head. I'm too scared to believe her. I don't even allow the word to sink in. Thank you. Grace reaches over and squeezes my hand, prompting me to look at her. I promised Ledger wouldn't tell you this. He gave us one of letter to Lord Scotty. I'm shaking my head and know she isn't finished talking. How did Ledger get on those letters? Which one is he gave them? He made me read it last night. Her explanation falls. After hearing a version of the band, I was even more devastated and angry than I was before I read it. It was so hard hearing all the details. I cried all night. But this morning when I woke up, it was an overwhelming sensation piece of washed over me. Today was the first morning I didn't wake up angry at you. She wiped the tears now sliding down her face. All this year, I assumed his silent and coldly is different. I assumed you left him in the car because only you care for yourself and didn't want to get into trouble. Maybe I assumed all these things because it was easier to have some to blame than such a horrific and pointless law. And I know your grace shouldn't bring me peace, can I? But it's so much easier to understand you now and you assume never great oral. Grace reaches towards the that follows my ponytail and she brushes a gently behind me ear. It's something a mother would do and I don't understand it. I don't know how she can go from hating me to forgiving me such a short amount of time so I can continue to be aware of this moment. But there are tears in her eyes fear the truth. I am so sorry, Kenna. She says that such a sincerely. I'm responsible for keeping you from daughter for 5 years and there's no excuse for that. The only thing I can do is make sure it don't go another without knowing her. My hands is trembling and bringing to my chest. I get to meet her? Grace nods, and then she'll hug me when I fall apart. She runs a soothing hand over the back of my hand and allows me several minutes to observe everything that's happening. This is everything I ever wanted, and it's coming at me all at once. It's supposed physically and emotionally overwhelming. I've had dreams like this before. Dreams where Grace showed up to give me that miss me DM. Then I wake up alone, realize it was a cruel nightmare. Please let there be real. Ledger is probably dying not knowing what's going on here. She stands up, walks the door to open it for him. Ledger's eyes search frantically and to land on mine. When I smile at him, he immediately relaxes, as if my smile is the only thing matter at this moment. He pulls Grace on for a hug first. I hear him whisper, "Thank you," against to ear. She looks at me before she leaves my apartment. I'm making lasagna tonight. I want you to come for dinner. I agree with a nod. Grace leaves, and Ledger is wrapping me in his arm before she even closed the door. Thank you, thank you. I say over and over because I know this never happened if you work for him. Thank you. I kiss him. Thank you. When I finally stop thinking and kissing long enough to pull back looking in the eye, I see he's crying too. It fills me with a sense of gratitude I've never known. I'm so grateful for him. To him. This might be exactly the moment I fall in love with Brother Ron. I'm about to be sick. Want me to pull over? I shake my head. No. Drive faster. Ledger squeezed my reassuringly. It was torture having to wait until the afternoon after the recommended Patrick and Grace's house. I wanted him to take me DM as soon as Grace left my apartment, but I want everything to be under terms, or abuse patient measure need to be. I'm going to respect their rules. Always respect timeline in their choices and their wishes. I'm going to show them much more respect as I know to show my daughter. I know they're good people. Scotty loved them. They're just also hurt. People, so I respect the time and then it come to the decision. I'm nervous I'm going to something wrong. Say something wrong. The only other time I've been inside her house or such a serious messed up, and I need this time to be different. It's been so much at stake. We pull into Ledger's driveway. We don't immediately get out of the truck. He gives me a pep talk and kisses me about 10 times. Then I become nervous and excited and never been. Pep talk. Started to run together. Pep talk. Wow. There's a pep talk. This is so good. If I don't get her over with, and the emotion all start to run together. If I don't get her over, and the emotion all start to run together. Excited and then are being, and soon also, but then I become. He gives me a pep talk. I don't drive away. We pull into a Ledger to drive away. But we don't immediately get out of the truck. He gives me a pep talk and kisses me. and kisses me about 10 times. But then I become more. But then I become more. Kiss me about 10 times. Then I become more nervous. I become more nervous and excited than I never been. And emotions all start to run together. And the emotions all start together. If I don't get it over with, I might explode. He holds my hand tightly in his across the street and look across the DM is play on and knock on the door house DM lives in. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. I'm squeezing Ledger's hand weapon in the middle of intense contraction. The door finally opened, and standing right in front of me is Patrick. He looks nervous. He somehow smiles through it. He pulls me on hug, and this isn't the first hug because I'm standing in front of him or because his wife encouraged him to hug me. It's a hug for so many things. And nothing when the Patrick pulls away, he has to wipe his eyes. DM is out back with the turtle, he says, motioning down the hallway. They don't know how she worked from him, no negative energy. I don't know if now is the right time to apologize, but since Patrick is pointing out toward DM's location, I feel like they want to say whatever said between the three of us for later. Ledger holds my hand as we walk into the house. I've been in your house before, and I've been in the backyard before, so there's sense of familiarity is comforting. But everything else is frightening. What if she doesn't like? What if she mad at me? Grace appeared in the kitchen and I paused before we head to the backyard. I look at Grace. What have you told her? About my absence? I just want to make sure. Grace shakes her head. We really haven't talked to her about you at all. She asked once why she didn't leave her mother and I told her car wasn't big enough. I laughed nervously. What? Grace shocked. I panicked. I didn't know what to say. My car isn't big enough. I can't work with that. In my mind, I had fears that poisoned her against me. I should have known better. We thought we leave the rest up to you, Patrick said. We weren't sure how much we need to know. I nodded and smiled and tried not to cry. I looked at Ledger and it's like an anger myself, keeping me steady. Will you come with me? We walked toward the back door. I can see her sitting on the grass. I watched her from the screen door for a couple of minutes, wanting to take in everything about her before whatever comes next. I'm scared of what comes next. Terrified, really. This is almost the exact same feeling as being in labor with her. I was terrified in uncharted territory, but also full of more hope and excitement and love, and I love. Ledger eventually gives me a encouraging nod, so I open the door. DM looks up and sees Ledger and this standing back porch. She gives me a quick glance, but the eyes land on Ledger. She lights up. She runs to him and he catches her in his arm. I get a whiff of strawberry shampoo. I have a daughter who smells like strawberry. Ledger sits on the back porch, freeing a DM and points to the empty seat next to him, so I take a seat with him. DM is on his lap. Looking at me, she crawls up to Ledger. DM, this is my friend Kenna. DM smiles at me and it almost sends me to the floor. Do you want to see my turtle? She asks, perking up. I'd love to. Her tiny little hand grips the two of my fingers. She slides her Ledger and pulls me. I glance at Ledger as I stand, and he gives me a reassuring nod. DM takes me to the glove. She props down next to her turtle. I lie down on the other side of her turtle, usually facing DM. What's his name? Ledger. She giggles and holds up the turtle. He looks just like him. I laugh, and she's trying to get her turtle to come out of shell, but I can't stop staring at her. Seeing her on video is one experience, but getting to be near her, feel her energy is like a reverse. Want to see my jungle gym? I got it for my birthday. I turn 5 next week. DM is running towards the jungle gym, so I follow her. I glance back at Leisure, and he's still sitting on the porch swing, watching us. DM pokes my head on my jungle gym and says, Leisure, can you put Leisure in staying? He doesn't get lost? Sure will, she said, standing. DM grabs my hand and pulls me inside the jungle gym, where she sits down in center with. I feel more comfortable here. No one can see us, and that puts me a little more ease more people on judging how I interact in this moment. This used to be my daddy, DM says. No, and let's put it back together for me. I knew your daddy. Were you his friend? I smiled. I wasn't his girlfriend. I loved him very much. DM giggles. I didn't know my dad had a girlfriend. I see so much Scotty in her right now. In that breath, I have to look away from her face because the tears start to fall. DM noticed my tears though. Why are you sad? Do you miss him? I nod, wiping away my tears. I do miss him, but that's not why I'm crying. I'm crying because I'm so happy I finally get to meet you. DM cocks her head and said, why? She's 3 her feet away from me and I just want to hold her and hug her. I pat this spot right in front of me. Come closer. I want to tell you something. DM closed to me and sits with legs crossed. I know we've never met before, but I don't even know how to say it, just in the simplest way. I'm your mother. DM's eyes filled with something, but I don't know what her expression means yet. I don't know if it's surprise or curiosity. Really? I smiled at her. I am. You grew inside my tummy. And then you were born, and Nana took care of from me because I couldn't. Did you get a bigger car? I released a lot. I'm glad you gave me the tip of information. I really have no idea what she's referring to. I actually don't have a car anymore. I will soon. I just couldn't wait to meet you and you let me give me a ride. I've been wanting to meet for so long. DM doesn't have much of a reaction. She just smiled. And then she crossed across the garage and started flipping TikToks and make up purple whatever jungle gym. You should come to my T-ball game. It's my last one. She spins one of the letters on the wall. I would love to come watch you play T-ball. Someday I'm gonna do that thing on Source, though, DM says. Hey, do you know how to play this game? I nodded and moved closer so I could sort of play tic-tac-toe. I realized this moment isn't nearly as monumental DM as it to me. I played earlier minions in my Hero Disco, and in every scenario, DM was just sad and angry that it took me so long to be part of life. But she truly didn't even know that it's missing. I'm so grateful for that. All this year's worry and devastation have opened one-sided, which means DM has been whole and happy and fulfilled. I couldn't have asked for a better outcome. It's like I just get to slip into life without so much and rubble. DM grasped my hand and said, I don't want to play this. Let's go to the swings. She abandons the game and crawls out of the center of the jungle gym. She climbs into a swing and says, I forgot your name. It's Kenna. I say there with a smile, with a no and never have to laugh in my name again. Will you push me? I push her on the swing and she starts telling me about movie Ledger took her see recently. Ledger walks out onto the porch and sees us talking. He comes over to us and stands behind me, wrapping his arms around me. He kisses this side of my head right in the turn and looks at us. Gross. Ledger kisses Jeremiah again and says, get used to it, D. Ledger takes over pushing DM swing and I sit down on the swing next to her and watch them. DM tips her head back and looks at Ledger. Are you gonna marry my mom? I should probably have a reaction to the major part question, but my brain only focused on the fact it just said my mom. I don't know. We still need to get to know each other better. Maybe one of these days I'll be willing to marry her. What does word mean? She asks. It means good enough. You're good enough, DM says. That's why you knew my total ledger. She tilts her head back again and looks at him. I'm thirsty. You'll be bringing me a juice? Go get it yourself, he says. I'll get you juice. I hear ledger mutter to her ears so rodent whereas was I look up Liam laughs. I am not. When I go inside, I watch them through the back door for a moment. They were adorable together. She's adorable. I'm scared of mine to work up realize none of this actually happened, but I know it's happening. And I know all of the inventory breasts that deserve this. Maybe after I finally have a real conversation with the laundry. I walk into the kitchen to find Grace cooking. She wants some juice. I say enter. Grace's hands are full of chopped tomatoes and she drops me into a salad. It's in the fridge. I grab some juice and eat up Grace and she prepares dinner. I want to be more helpful and to interact with her as the first time Scotty brought me to the house. How can I help? Grace smiles at me. You don't have to. Go spend time with your daughter. I start to walk around the kitchen, but my steps feel so heavy. I have so much I want to say, Grace, that I didn't have the chance to say her earlier today at my apartment. I turn around and I'm sorry is on the tip of my tongue, but I feel like open my mouth or cry. My eyes meet Grace's. She can see agony in my expression. Grace, my voice is whisper. She immediately walks over to me and pulls me up for a hug. It's an amazing hug. A forgiving hug. Hey, she says soothingly. Hey, listen to me. She pulls back and we're about the same height, so our two I want to take the juice from me sets her side. Then she squeezes both of my hands to reassure me. We go for a walk, she said. That's it. It's that simple. I forgive you and forgive me. We go for it together and give that little girl the best life you can give her. Okay? I'm not. I can't do that. I give them. I always forgive them. It's myself I'm hard on. But I think I've reached the point to forgive myself finally feels okay. So I do. You're forgiven. Kenna. Chapter 41. Leisure. She's fit. It's really, to be honest, a little bit overwhelming. We just finished during dinner, but we're all still sitting in the table. DM is curled up on my leg and is sitting next to Kenna. She seems nervous when we first sat down dinner. She's eased, so especially after picture storytelling story, giving her Kenna. Then DM's right. He's telling the story during the breakfast 6 months ago. She spent 2 weeks thinking had to forever, cast forever. None of those terrible breaks here. In DM is soon a person broken. It's broken for good. Oh no, Kenna says, laughing. She looks down the DM runs a soothing hand over her head. You poor thing. DM reaches his hand toward Kenna and she accepts it. DM efforts his lips slips my illness after Kenna. It happens so fast and quietly. DM talks herself with Kenna and Kenna lets her arms around DM like it's most natural thing in the world. We're all staring at them. Kenna doesn't notice his cheek is pressed against the top in his head. I swear on the box is right here table. I clear my throat and push my chair back. I don't even excuse myself because I feel my voice are cracked and the trust speak, so I silently leave the table and walk out back. I want to give the them privacy. I've been so vulnerable for all of them today, but I want them in a like-winner meter. I want Kenna to feel comfortable with them and not have to lean or feel comfort because it's important she have a relationship with them outside of me. I could tell Patrick and Grace are pleasantly surprised at how they're different we always expect to be. It proves that time, distance, and devastation allow people the opportunity to clap and feel like they don't even know, but Kenna was never a feeling. She was a victim. We are all. The sun hasn't set yet, but it's getting close to 8 and that's DM's bedtime. I'm sure Kenna is nowhere near ready to leave, but I'm looking forward to the aftermath of today. I want to get along, then be under a ship process what I'm sure is the best day of your life. The back door opened, and Patrick walks in the porch. He doesn't sit down in a chair. He leans against the window pillar and stares out of the backyard. When I left in Grace alone with the letter last night, I was suspecting some sort of immediate reaction. I was sure to be, but I still get something. A text, a phone call, a knock at my front door. I got nothing. 2 hours left them. I finally worked up the courage to look out my window at house and all the rest. I've never thought this hopeless about that moment. I thought my effort failed, but this morning, after an entire night of insomnia, I heard a knock on my opening. Grace was standing without DM or Patrick. Her eyes were puffy like she'd been crying. I want to be Kenna. That's all she said. We got in my truck and I took her to Kenna's apartment not knowing what to expect or she was going to accept Kenna. We will reject Kenna. We arrived at Kenna's place. Grace turned to me before exiting my truck and she said, "Are you in love with her?" There's absolutely no hesitation when I nodded. Why? There was no hesitation after that question either. You'll see. She makes her head a lot easier with lover and hater. Grace sat in silence for a moment before finally getting out of the truck. She seemed almost nervous as I was. We walked upstairs together and she told me she wants some time alone. She cannot. As hard as right now, no one is being set between the side of the apartment. It isn't nearly as hard as not knowing what Patrick thinks about all this. We haven't had a chance to talk about it at all. I'm guessing that's why he's out here. My hope is that he and Grace are on the same page, but might not be. He might only be accepting Kenna because Grace needs him to. What are you thinking? I asked him. Patrick scratched his jaw, mulling over my question. He answered it without looking directly at me. If you had asked me that question when you came alive a few hours ago, I would have told you and pissed at you. And that I'm not sorry for hitting you. He pauses and sits down on the top post step. He clasps his hands together between me or looks over at me. But that changed you when I saw her. When I saw the way you looked at her. The way your eyes teared up and DM crawled on your lap at the dinner table. Patrick shakes her head. I've known you since your DM days. Pleasure. Not one time after years I know I've ever given you a single reason without you. If you're telling me Kenna is your DM, I believe you. The least I can do is believe you. Fuck. I look away from you like of my eyes. I still don't want to do the world these fucking feelings. There have been so many since Kenna returned. I lean back to my chair without a clue how responding. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's worth this conversation. We sit in silence for a minute or two. It feels different about the silence I've said to you before. This time, the quiet is comfortable and peaceful and not sad. Holy shit, Petra says. I look over it for a focus on something in the backyard. I follow the line of sight into now. No way. I'll be damned, I said quietly. Is that a fucking pigeon? It is. It's an actual pigeon. A real-life right-angled pigeon just walking around the backyard for the most miraculous time ever as several birds. Patrick laughs. It's a laugh for a bewilderment. He laughs so much he makes me laugh. But he doesn't cry. It's the first time a minor Scotty doesn't make him cry, and I feel like this huge. Not only because the chance to reclaim the pigeon named in the backyard at this very moment, I probably wanted a billion, because Patrick and I've never had a serious conversation with little Scotty that didn't end in cynical. She can cool her a lie, but it laughed, and that's all. The first time since Scotty died, I feel something horrifying for all of us. The only other time Kenna has been inside my house was live as she showed up in street and mouse. That wasn't a good experience for either of us, so when I open my front door and guidance says, I want to feel welcome. I'm looking forward to getting Kenna all to myself tonight in an actual bed. The few times we have been together been damn near perfect, but I always thought she deserved better than in inflatable mattress or my truck over heart were full. I want to show her around, but my need to kiss her is stronger. As soon as I close the front door, I pull on me. I kiss her the way I've been wanting to kiss her all night. It's the first kiss without sadness and fear. This is my favorite kiss so far. We've gone for long and for correction around the house, and I pick her up and take her straight to my bed. When I lower her the mattress, she spurs right in sounds. Oh my God, Lego. It's so soft. I reached the remote next to my bed and turned myself more and saw the bed vibrate. It makes her groan. When I try to roll myself on top of her, she kicks me the sound. I need a minute to fully appreciate bed, she says, closing her eyes. I sidle next to her and instead a smile on the face. I lift her hand in gentle outline her lips, barely touching them. Then I trace my fingertips across jaw and down her neck. I want to tell you something, I said quietly. She opens her eye and swims gently, even ready to speak. I bring my hand back up the face and the jump back over mine. I spent the last couple of years trying to be a good role model for them to earn very few bucks and feminism. I learned that putting too much focus on the gross look can be damaging, so instead of telling them how pretty I think she is, I put the focus on the things that matter, like how smart is, how strong she is. I've tried treating you the same way. It's why I've never complimented your looks before or told you how fucking beautiful I think you are. I'm glad I've never told you before this moment because you've never been more beautiful than you are right now. I kiss the tip of the nose. Happiness looks good on you, Hannah. She touched my cheek and smiled. Happiness looks good on you. I kissed the tip of her nose, Happiness. She touched my cheek and smiled up at me. Thanks to you. I shake my head. I'm not responsible for tonight. I'm not the one who saved every penny and moved to this town and walked every day trying. I love you, Leisure. She says it so effortlessly, like this easiest thing she ever said. You don't have to say it back. I just want you to know how much I love you too. She grins and presses her lips firmly to mine. I try to kiss her back, but she still smiles against my mouth. As much as I want to take off her clothes and whisper I love you repeatedly against the skin, I much rather hold her for a while and give us both time to process everything that happened today. So much happened today, and there's still so much left. I'm not moving, I say. What do you mean? I'm not selling this house. I'm going to sell a new one. I want to stay here. When did you decide that? Just now. My people are here. This is my home. Maybe I'm crazy considering how many hours putting the building that high, but Loman put those hours in too. Maybe I'll start to Loman for the custom material. It's the least I can do. After all, Loman's might have been catalyst for how today turned out. I've not thrown back your check on Canada that night. I'm not sure any of us could have gotten to the point. Kenna is done talking, apparently. She kisses me and she doesn't stop until 1 hour later when you exhausted and sweaty, insatiate, and left each other's arm. I stare until she falls asleep and I sleep there silly because I can't fall asleep. I can't stop thinking about that fucking peasant. What are the chances Scotty and no connection there? What are the chances it did? It could have just been coincidence, but it also could have been a sign. A message from me every years. Maybe it doesn't matter whether something coincident for a sign. Maybe the best way to cope with the loss of people we loved is finding as many places in things that possibly can. And enough chance to the people we lose are still somehow our heroes, where we should never stop talking to them. I'm going to be so good your girl, Scotty. I promise. Chapter 42. Kenna. I unbuckled the empty booster seat and helped her out of Ledger's truck. I already crossed in my hand and grabbed the hammer from the bowl. You sure don't need to help? Ledger asks. I smile reassuringly and shake my head. This is something I want to DM. I lead her to the edge of the road where I first find the crowd, and I kick her around the grass and dirt with the tail of my sneaker until I find the hole across the gym. I hand across the DM. See that hole? She leans forward to inspect the ground. Stick it right there. DM drives the cross into the hole. Why are you putting this here? I push down the carrot and make sure because the little make a name don't know it's you in case it ever dry spot. Will it make my daddy happy? I kneel down next to DM. I've missed so much of her life, which is why I want every minute we spend together to be authentic. I'm always as trusting I can be with her. No, probably not. Your daddy thought memory is so silly. But you're not a dozen, and sometimes you do things for people love, even though we didn't choose to do things for ourselves. DM reaches for the hammer. Can I do it? I hand her a hammer. She hands the cross a few times. It doesn't do much, so when she hands the hammer back to me, I hit it for 3 times until it's secured into the ground. I wrap my arms around DM. We stare at the cross. Is there anything you want to say to your daddy? DM think about it for a moment and then said, what do I say? Do I make a wish? I laugh. You can try, but it's not a genie, Santa Claus. I once was baby sister, a baby brother. Don't you dare grant her wish yet, Scotty. I haven't done result for over 5 months. I pick up DM and walk her back to the truck. It takes more than wishes to make sibling. I know. We have to buy egg for Mama. That's how babies grow. I buckle her into the booster seat. Not exactly. Babies grow in a mother's tummy. Remember how I told you to grow my tummy? Oh, yeah, then can you grow another baby? I stare at DM, not sure how to answer that. How about we just get another cat? Ivy needs a friend. DM throws her hands in the air, excited. Yes, another kitten. I kiss her on the head and shut her door. Ledger is silent me when I open the passenger door. He points to the middle of the seat, so I scoot all the way over unbuckling. He grabs my hand and drags our fingers together. He's looking at me with the glamour in his eye, and the idea of giving them a sibling excites him. Ledger kisses me, and then he starts to drive. For the first time in a long time, I want to listen to the radio. I want to hear any song, even this sad one. I lean forward and turn on the radio. It's the first time I listen to anything in the truck other than safe place Ledger made me. He glances at me, realizes what I've done. I just smile at him and lean against the shoulder. Music still makes think scarlet, and thinking about no longer makes me sad. Now that I forget myself, the reminders only make me smile. Epilogue. Dear Scotty, I'm sorry I hurt you like to animal. I used to like you because I'm lonely, so I guess it's good thing letters are few and far between now. I still miss you. I'll always miss you. But I'm convinced that the horse you left behind the only horse by us. Wherever you are, you're complete. That's what matters. DM is growing so fast. She just turned 7. It's hard to let my mind you, dear, that I wasn't here for the first 5 years of her life because it feels like always been here. I'm sure that has a lot to do with leisure and your parents. They told me story about growing up and show me video. Fleur sometimes seems like miss nothing at all. I don't know DM even remembers her life in that name. To her, I've always been here. I know that's because all the people who loved you gave her everything she needed in here and couldn't be there. She still lives with her parents, otherwise see her every day. She stays with Leisure and me less 2 nights a week. She has her own bedroom at both houses. We eat dinner together every night. I've loved her dearly me for time, but I don't know it's important she keep the routine she says to birth, and pattern and gratitude are the major component of her life. I would never want to take that from them. Since they accept me into life, I've never felt them welcome. Not for one day, even 1 second. They didn't accept me condition. They just accept me like belong here with all the people who loved you. You were surrounded by good people, Scotty. From your parents, your best friend, your best friend parent, I've never ever met people that in your life and now the people who in my life. I do everything I can to continue show them much love and respect and give you them. Actually, it's my relationship with the same level of significance and respect I give to name process. You know how seriously I take naming things. I thought long and hard about what to name DM as she was born, even it took 3 days to name it Ivy. The last name I handed her 2 weeks ago was your found a more important one. It's somehow easiest name to come up with. When I placed a newborn son on my chest, I looked down with 2 teary eyes and I said, "Hi, Scotty. Love, Kana." What? I need more 9 minutes. There's open by Colin Hoover, Kana. There is a small wooden crown to ground on the side of the road that is written on it. Scotty was headed. I bet his mother put it there. Can you pull over? The driver slows down and brings the cab to a stop. I get out and walk back toward the crossing. I shake it side to side until the dirt loosens around and I pull it up to the ground. Did he die in this very spot? Or did he die in the road? I didn't pay attention to the detail during the pre-trial. When I heard it cross several yards from the car, I started humming so I wouldn't hear anything else the prosecutor said. Then, to avoid having to separate detail if the case went to trial, I pleaded guilty. Because technically I was. I may not have killed my action, but I definitely killed him with my inaction. I thought you were dead, Scotty. But dead people can crawl. With the cross in hand, I sat on the back seat next to me and wait for the driver to back onto the road. He doesn't. I glanced in the mirror as he's staring at me with a lace brow. Stealing restaurant memory has to be some kind of bad karma. You sure you want to take that? I look away from him and lie. Yes. I'm no one put there. I can still feel him staring at me as I pose back into the road. My new apartment was 2 miles from here, the opposite direction from where I used to live. I don't have a car, so I decided to find a place close to downtown this time where I can walk to work, if I walk even find a job. It'll be difficult my history and lack of experience. And according to the cab driver, the bad karma and probably carrying around right now. Stealing Scotty Maria might be bad karma, but one could argue leaving a memory of a guy who worked express his roadside memory could be big could be karma as well. That's why I had the driver to detour down to Back Grove. I knew great part of lectures at the location was like better faithful Scotty to remove it. Test your car, driver asks. I look at the mirror and the forecast and the tip out of my purse and hand it to him after he parks. Then I grab my suitcase and the resin cross and the go and out of cat and kept the building. My new apartment is a huge complex. It's just a single standing unit and you buy the abandoned car on one side and convenience store on the other. Plywood covers downstairs window. Beer cans and barriers can't get delivered properly. I can't inside it doesn't get stuck under my suitcase. The police worked even worse than did online. I expected that much. The landlord didn't even ask my name when I called to see any vacancy. She said, "We always have vacancy. Bring cash. I'm in apartment. And then she hung up and knocked on apartment 1. There was a cat in the window staring at me. Its no emotionless and wonder and sees statue. Its son slinks away. The door opened, and an older, tiny woman stares up at me, discarded look about her. She has colorless hair and lipstick smeared nose. I don't need anything you're selling. I stare at lipstick, noting how she's bleeding into the wrinkles hugging her mouth. I called last week about an apartment. You said you have one available. Was yours on Roman print-like face? She makes a honk sound while looking me up down. Didn't expect you to look like this. I don't know what to make her comment. I look down at my jeans and t-shirt while she walks away from the door a few seconds. She comes back with zipper pouch. $5.50 a month. First and last month's rent is due today. I get money and hand it to her. There's no risk. She laughs, stuffing cash into her pouch. You're in apartment 6. She points her finger up. That's right about me, so keep it down. I got to bed early. What you tell her is included? Water and trash, but you cover electric now. You have 3 days to get a switch into your name. Deposit $250 to the light company. Fuck. 3 days to come up with $250? I'm starting to question decision couldn't come back so soon. When I was released from decent housing, I had to choose choices, spend all my money trying to survive a town or drive 300 miles, spread all my money in this one. I'd rather be in the town or hordes of people in connection sky. The woman takes a step back into her apartment. Welcome to Paradise Apartment. I'll bring your kitchen settle. I immediately put my hand on the door to prevent her closing it. Wait. What? A kitten? Yeah, a kitten. Like a cat, but smaller. I step away from her door like her somehow protect me, just she said. No, thank you. I don't want a kitten. I have too many. I don't want a kitten, I repeat. Who wouldn't want a kitten? Me? She hops. My response is completely unreasonable. I'll make you a deal, she said. I'll leave you electric on for 2 weeks if you take a kitten. What if the heart on your place is dead? Fine, she said, responding to my silent negotiation tactic. The month. I'll leave you electric on for the whole month if you just take one kitten. She walks in her apartment till leaves the door open. I don't want to kidnap or ever. Not having to spend $150 on the electricity deposit this month will be worth several kitten. She reappears small black and orange kitten. She places it in my hand. There you go. My name is Ruth if you need anything, but try not to meet anything. She goes to close the door again. Wait. Can you tell me where I can find a payphone? She chuckles. Yeah, back in 2005. She closed her door completely. The kitten meowed, but it's not sweet meow. It sounds more like cry for help. You and me both, I'm mother. I'm making way to stare with my suitcase and my kitten. Maybe I should have held there a few more months before coming back here. I worked to save up just over $2,000, which most I should save up more. What if I don't find a job right away? And now I'm tasked with responsibility keeping a kitten alive. My life just became 10 times more difficult than yesterday. I make it up to the part my kitten cling to my shirt. I insert the key in the lock and you have to both hand to pull on the door and get the key to turn. When I push open the door to my new apartment, I hold my breath, afraid of going to smell like. I flip on the light switch and look around, releasing my breath slowly. There's not much of a smell. That's both good and bad. There's a couch in the living room that's literally all there is. A small living room, an even smaller kitchen, no dining room, no bedroom. It's an efficient apartment with a closet and a bathroom so small the toilet touches top. The place is dumb. A 500 square foot absolute share with spec up for me. I've gone from sharing a 100 square foot set with a roommate to living in transition housing 6 roommate to a 500 square apartment I can call my own. I'm 26 years old and this is first time ever Fisher lives somewhere alone. It's both terrifying and liberating. I don't know if I can afford this for after months is up, but I'm going to try. Even if that means playing every business I walk past. Having my own apartment can only serve to help us bring my kid to the laundry. It is showing independent now, even if that independent will be struggle. The kitty wants down, so I put her on the floor living room. She walks around, crying out for whoever she left downstairs. I feel like banging my chest whether I wait a searching corner for a way out. A way back home. A way back to her mother and siblings. She looks like Bumblebee, something out of Halloween with black and orange splotches. What are we going to name you? I know she'll more than likely name is for Jane when I think about it. I've taken responsibility in naming things very seriously. The last time I was responsible for naming someone, I took it more seriously than ever taking anything that could have been. With the whole time I said myself during my pregnancy, or do soon think about baby names. I chose the name DM because I knew sooner to release. I was going to make my way back to everyone in my power to find her. Here I am. Carpe diem. Chapter 2. Leisure. I'm pulling my truck in the alien bottle and I notice a nail polish sitting in fingernail my right here. Shit. I forgot where a trace up there for your last night. At least the perfume matches my work shirt. Roman is tossing bags of trash into the dumpster when I exit the truck. He sees the gift sack in my hand. He knows it's for him. It reaches for him. Let me guess. Coffee mug? He picks and signs. It's a coffee mug. It always is. He doesn't say thank you. He never does. We don't acknowledge surprise with mugs symbolize, but I buy me one every Friday. This is 96 I bought it. I should probably stop because the apartment is full of coffee mugs, but I'm too far to give up now. He's almost the 100 weeks sober, and I've been holding on to that 100 milestone mug forever now. It's a Denver Broncos mug, his least favorite team. Roman gestured toward the back door of the bar. There's a couple inside or asking a customer. You might want to keep an eye on them. That's odd. We don't normally have to deal on the real people this early in the evening. It isn't even 6 o'clock yet. Where are they sitting? Next to the jukebox. His eyes followed my hand. Nice nail, man. Right? I hold on my hand and wiggle my finger. She did it pretty good for her 4-year-old. I opened the back door of the bar and met with the grating sound of my favorite song being slaughtered by a ridiculous Joestar speaker. Surely not. I walk through the kitchen into the bar and immediately spot them. That hunched over the jukebox. I quietly make my way over them, insist punching in same for numbers again. I look over the